Okay, this is the free motion quilting tutorial for Pebbles in a Stream. This filler is created by stitching long, slightly wavy lines and then leaving some space between those lines and filling those areas with pebbling. So as you can see, I stitched down a nice long line, then I left about a half of an inch of space and then kind of variegated my line to make it kind of go fat to skinny, I guess you could say is the easiest way of saying it, and left some space there to add in several different sizes and shapes of pebbling circles. This is one filler where it's okay to make your pebbles really tiny and small. It actually looks better when they're smaller, simply because the spaces that you're leaving for them are fairly small. It's not nearly as time consuming simply because you're not filling up the whole space, the whole area with pebbling. So you can afford to go fairly tiny with your rocks. Don't worry also about crossing your lines of stitching. It seems to be that there are two different types of filler stitches, those that are organic and freeform and those that are not. And it seems to me that the organic and freeform style of fillers, like tree bark is a good example of that, are very forgiving, and they're more like line drawings, and it's better to think of them that way. So you just continue to stitch long lines of stitching and leaving some space within those lines to add in some pebbles. And between your pebbling areas, you really want to have several lines of stitching to kind of separate them, create kind of a little bit of space between those pebbled areas. So here's one of the last areas that I filled in, and as you can see, I kind of went on ahead and stitched all of my lines first and then went back through at the end to fill in with pebbling. And this is actually a really good idea, especially if you're covering a fairly large surface with this fill, because the long lines of stitching will actually act as kind of a reinforcement of your fabric, so it won't distort if you go on ahead and stitch the lines first. Okay, and here's what it looks like to finish. And for more free motion quilting videos, please go to my website, daystyledesigns.com.